What is going on, everybody? Today I'm going to be rocking this dirty mustache and putting in some shifter bushings in my WRX over here. So let's go ahead and open up this box and take a look at them, and then we'll get them installed. Alright, so what I got here is the Prothane brand shifter bushings for a WRX. Now I'm going to put a link down below, so if this is something you want to pick up, you can click that and get it ordered. Now this is going to come with hardware, some grease, and both the bushings for the middle of the linkage and for the back side of the linkage. So I already have the car jacked up. I'm just going to slide underneath here and we're going to get to work. So before I go underneath the car, I'm going to take out the shifter so that when I'm under, I can take out the entire linkage. Now I keep this boot loose now so that I can unscrew this and remove this at any time that I want. And I can adjust anything. That way I don't have to remove this whole center trim. Take the shift knob off. Now that I have that off, I'm going to loosen up these bolts here, take out this bolt, and remove the top half of this shifter so that I can drop the linkage out from underneath the bottom of the car. Alright, so I'm here under the car. I'm going to start by taking off the heat shield that runs along the top of the exhaust here. Now there's just 4 bolts. There's going to be some in the corners here and some towards the front right here. Now the other thing you're going to want to do is take out the O2 sensor. I'm not going to take it all the way out. I'm just going to unclip it and pull the cord, or actually I'm going to pull the connector through that so I can get this heat shield all the way out so I can work on the linkage, which is right up under here. You can see the front right there, and it goes all the way to the back right through that. So that's where we're going to be working. So I forgot to mention that I will be using a 12mm socket to take off the heat shield. So when you're removing the 2 in the front, this one you can get with the socket, but this other bolt right here in the other side, you're going to have to use a box wrench to get that one out. Alright, now that we got the heat shield out of there, we're going to be replacing the bushings that are right here. We're going to take that nut off and slide that linkage off of there. And then at the back of this linkage, we're going to be taking off the 2 bolts holding on that bushing right there. There's one. Now I'm using a 12mm to get the bushing off of this front one. None of these bolts are very tight. It's pretty much, you can break them loose and then just easily back them out. The ones on the back side, I broke them loose and then I could just spin them out with my finger. So like right now I'm just using my fingers to unscrew this nut. There it is. Now there's a plate on the front of here. You're going to take off that plate. That's what that looks like. And then once that plate's off, you're going to slide your linkage off that way. Alright, now that I got the linkage pulled out from underneath the car, I'm going to start replacing both of the bushings. Now I'm going to be using a flathead to rip this thing out, and then this, we can just pull that out super easily. Look at how bad that looks right there. That is pretty weathered, it's cracking, and who knows how long it's going to hold up. I mean, the rubber feels okay, but you can definitely see that it's aging pretty poorly. So this monster of a bushing right here is going to be doing a lot better. What a surprise. Freaking stabbed myself with a screwdriver doing this. This thing is really tight in here. So just be patient and slowly work it out of there. A little bit of blood, but we got it out. So now we're going to replace this with 2 of these. There's 1. There's 2. So now I'm just going to slide the back of this on here. I'm going to grease it up a little bit, and then I'm going to put it back underneath the car. Get that on there. Actually, I'm gonna put a little bit of grease on here too. Smear it around. Then get that slime everywhere. There we go, now we got it on. So we're gonna be using the hardware in the bag here for reinstalling. Just gonna keep getting blood on everything, because whatever. These little bushings that comes in the bag, they're gonna slip inside of here. And then we're gonna use the supplied hardware to mount it back to the frame of the car. And that's just gonna go right here. So I'm gonna go in, slide this back up into the car, mount this, and slide the linkage back onto the bolt. So I can't fit the linkage up the side, so I'm going to slide this onto the bolt first, and that'll give me enough room to slide it forward and then engage it onto the bolt. Putting my plate back on. I'm going to put the nut back on. And then I'm going to tighten everything back down. I don't know why I always choose to do everything at the end of the day so that I'm racing the sun. But I just got to tighten up all these bolts, put the heat shield back on, and then I am done being underneath the car. Okay, so with a little bit of help with the light, you can see right there I got those bushings in. And then moving towards the back, you can see up in there I got that tightened down, and everything is fitting just fine. It took a little muscle, but everything fits. Alright guys, so I've been driving with the shifter bushings for about a week now, and I have to say that this is definitely one of the best, cheapest mods you can do for your car. Now I don't know if it's because it's paired with the short shifter, but the shifting is so much more crisp, and you can feel each gear so much better than it was with the OEM bushings. So I definitely recommend buying this. Even if you have a stock shifter, I bet you this would like totally improve your shifting and the way it feels. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and we'll see you in the next video.